Sam, we're one of Pony Pride here with defensive coordinator Tom Mason. And Coach Mason, how's everything going for you this fall so far?
Well, I think we've had a good fall camp. We're at a point where the players are ready to play, and it's time to go down and see what we're all about. And we got next Sunday in Waco, and we'll find out what kind of team we got.
You had film session this morning. What have you seen out of Baylor so far?
Well, they're a good football team. I mean, they put up unbelievable yards on offense last year. I think they're a very talented football team with a lot of speed. They're going to spread the field, throw the ball all over, and it's going to be a good test for us.
How do you think they've changed, with losing RG3, or what do you expect them to do differently?
Well, I don't think he'll do anything different because that's his offense, and he's been running that thing for years. But he's got, that quarterback's not RG3, and there's not many of those walking around in the country. But he's going to have those kids play within what he does in his system, and he just inserts new players into new positions, and away they go. So he's not going to change much of what he does.
How do you feel about your depth at defensive back right now?
Well, yeah, I feel better about it than I have over the years. I mean, we got some kids that I think are viable backups. Obviously Chris Parks has stepped in and done a great job for us. I'm excited about him right now, and yeah, it's one of those things. Every year you get a different thing at certain positions, and we just happen to have one in the secondary this year.
A lot of focus has been on Chris Parks. How do you think he's progressed since being named the starter?
Well, yeah, I think he's picked it up really well. I like his mindset right now. I like the way he's practiced. He's kind of taken it over and accepted it. And we got a saying here: next pony up. We can't worry about injuries. They can get hurt at any time, and you got to be ready to go.
At defensive end, you have Margus Hunt, who's been getting a lot of attention, not only for his athleticism, but what he can do on the field. How good do you think he can be in his senior year?
I think he can be one of the most dominant players in college football. Just to see the growth in that kid from the time he was a freshman, where he never had to put on shoulder pads, to where he's at now. I'm really excited to watch him play because he could be unbelievable.
You got three seniors starting at linebacker: Cameron Rogers, Ja'Gared Davis, Taylor Reed. How nice is it to have that kind of seniority at the linebacker position?
It's great. We've got a linebacker tradition here now, and we've got great young players, but those kids are a product of 4 years of the system, and that's what we want at linebacker. It's one of those things where you don't have to coach a whole lot. They know all the checks. They know all the things you're doing. They do them extremely well. They perform at a high level. And it's just fun to watch them play.
One of the younger guys at linebacker is Stephon Sanders. How good can he be?
He'll be a dominant player before it's all over. Really came on strong last year. Has had a great camp, and he's the size that we're looking for now. He's 6'4", 235, runs a 4.5 40. Just an outstanding person on and off the field. That's the caliber kid we want here in this linebacker group.
With the injury of J.R. Richardson, Jeremy Gray moved from safety to corner. What's that transition been like for him?
I think it's been good. He was playing corner before we moved him to safety in the spring, and he's going to be one of those guys that's going to switch either position. He'll play safety, he'll play corner for us, and he's just got to step up. He's going to give us a good backup, possible starting a nickel situation, and he's going into his junior year. It's time for him to go.
Every year you have very lofty goals for the defense. This year, what do you expect?
I'm going to be disappointed if we're not in the top 10. I think we can be in a top 10 defense. We're going to have to play that way every week, and I always believe you give kids a challenge and set it high for them, and let's go see if we